Okay, this vlog is going to be about having a reset weekend. This weekend's very important to me because for the last month we just had a lot of distractions on the weekend. A lot of events, a lot of things that have taken my energy, and I think we're on the other side of the burnout now, and this is how we're going to set up the last 6 weeks of the year for success on an energy standpoint, on a business and planning, and just relaxing and getting in a clear state of mind. Let's get it.
Man, the GLI continues, man. We at day 68. 67 was yesterday.
Another person spat on my truck. Looks like they spat another like 6 times here on the windshield, on the dash. It's not the first time this has happened. If you care enough to spit on a truck, maybe you gotta ask yourself, is the truck the problem or am I the problem?
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't
stop. A Friday night hockey game. Hang out with the guys for maybe 30 minutes afterwards. Get home, journal, get a good sleep, get after it tomorrow. Game is finished. What a lead. What a lead. Gonna go up to the bar now. Shoot the shit with some of my teammates. No drinking for me tonight though. Gotta pick and choose your spot. Talk a little bit more about that as this vlog continues. It's fun to snap it around though. Bunch of my friends here. We got the boys. The boys. Okay, wrapping up my day here. Last thing I do, as I mentioned earlier, is just journal. So my journal, pretty over the top, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, I track the most essential data points on change on a daily basis, and then I do a reflection. So I just talk about my day from the moment I woke up to the present moment. Obviously I go into more detail about whatever I think is most notable, and I talk a lot about how I feel and how that changes through the day. I talk about goals. There's a couple other prompts. One's what am I grateful for? It's the next reflection, and then the after that is what I gotta work on tomorrow. The more detailed oriented part, or the part that I think that you guys might find cool, and I'll definitely explain much more in detail in a later video, is the fact that I track all my health metrics also on this journal in a database. You can see it here. All my health metrics across my Garmin and my Aura, my body weight, the food I eat, my macros, social entries, so if I meet any new people and if there's any events I go to, my training, so running, lifting, hockey, all of it, and then I track the actual first 2 movements for my workouts. First movement, which is usually squat, bench, or deadlift, and then some secondary movement that supports that, and of course I look for progressive overload, and then business metrics, property count, occupied properties, sales, website revenue, and then a subjective score of my productivity. I also do a subjective score of my day quality and my energy quality. So yeah, that was a lot of info, but that's what I do every single night. And then I will literally go through my day in detail, reflect like a full-on fucking girl's diary. And the whole thing is on Notion in a database. It's all connected, and there's an integration with ChatGPT and AI. And I can talk to the GPT with context about everything I give a shit about. And obviously GPT is a bot, you know, it's skewed by OpenAI, Sam Altman. But if you get your own palette with it, you get your own perspective with it, you learn a lot about it, you apply a lot of time. It's very useful. And you guys are seeing it, you know, as I go forward. It's just a huge tool for me with my consult on my training, work, everything. Of course, in my journaling, there's a lot of work stuff too that I talk about, and I can literally tag projects and tasks and anything in my Notion to the journal entry, but on a more personal reflection. So if anyone who's watching that just listened to that whole rant and gets it, comment, feel free to message me. I'm giving away a lot of free just knowledge on this channel. That's really going to be the theme. It seems to be the thing that people care the most about. And yeah, I'm passionate about getting the most out of my life, so there's learnings along the way that I'll take you guys on the ride for. Good morning. It's about 8:12 a.m. here. It's cloudy today, but I love when there's like a nice strip of clouds across the mountains. It always makes the view look a little cool. Fuck me. We're starting our day with updating my health stats on my journal, getting a diagnostic from GPT as to how I should go about prioritizing my training today and my projects and tasks. We have a laundry list of tasks to complete. I wasn't able to close any of them out on the Friday just because I had meetings from 9 a.m. to the end of the day. So we're gonna catch up on our tasks for about 40 minutes to an hour, schedule out what I wanna prioritize and work on this weekend. And then I'm gonna go for a run. Haven't ran in 2 weeks, so we're gonna take it easy, clear the head with some exercise. Come back, make some breakfast. I got a family event, and then we're gonna go to the gym, come back, work into the night. That's a Saturday. And that is the type of Saturday I needed. I think it's very healthy to be social, but when you're trying to accomplish great things, when you're trying to improve your life, ultimately you have to be results oriented. I was probably, for the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks, going out for dinner, a couple too many drinks. I can't really afford to drink, honestly, at all. And that's kind of just my whole point, is you got to be intentional with what takes your energy. And being social does. Staying out a little later than you normally would does. And it's super important to still have a social life, and but you got to keep it in check. And you got to know what season of your life you're in or what season of the year you're in. And we're in the GLI right now. All these events were fun, but they were distracting. And now we got to reel it in here. And that's what this weekend's all about. It's about letting my energy continue to build. I think I'm on the other side of burnout now, but just because I'm feeling better doesn't mean I go and just expend it all. It is getting cold. So that was a light run. Did not push pace at all because I'm coming back from a period where I've been burnt out and we gotta acclimate to pushing hard again. But I wanted to keep running. I wanted to add an extra kilometer or two just because it felt great this morning. But that's how you loop back into burnout. I've been intentional about the volume with my training for a long time now, and I'm just becoming more and more strategic with it. Part of that is knowing when to cap it. I'm working out later today and have a heavy week of training starting Monday. So you can't always have your foot on the gas. At some point you're gonna hit a wall. Shit, man, I can't have any of that. I'm on the GLI. It's a good feeling. Hey Leslie, I believe we do. Gonna leave the house now, going to my cousin's son's baptism. Gonna run a couple errands after that, get my hair cut, very needed, and get back here to work through the night. About to walk into the Armenian church here in Vancouver. I used to come here a lot when I was a kid. My grandpa was very involved in this church. My grandpa being the one I named my company after, Artin. Yeah, it's time to confess some sins.
He's posing. Are you posing?
Wow, so beautiful. Nice little haircut. Just got home from the baptism, getting my haircut, grabbing groceries, and running some errands. We're gonna have a chill night. It's Saturday at around, I think it's 6 p.m. Gets dark out by around 4 nowadays, which is crazy. Kind of the theme of this vlog is having a weekend to slow down. Here's the grocery haul. 6 steaks, ribeyes, couple New Yorks, eggs, avocado, whatever the fuck it is, guac, organic sweet potato, beets, coconut, water, and then some whole milk. And I got yogurt in the fridge. That's basically all I eat. It is going to be something where you are essentially going to have to just get in the mud and learn how to push through it. All right, dinner is served. It's about a 420 gram ribeye, 300 grams sweet potatoes, some broccoli and dates. Gonna watch the game, do a bit more work and chill. Okay, it's Sunday, about 2 p.m. Took the morning to myself. Wanted to sit in silence this morning, and therefore didn't record much. Wanted to just take kind of the loneliness this weekend to think through some of the bigger things I want for my life and what I'm trying to accomplish this week. I'm gonna be eating here now and working on the next stage of our website. We just went live with our new version of our website. It's going through a testing phase right now. I'm gonna complete a testing audit, and then I'm gonna pave the way to what we want, what features we want to add or what features we want to improve to close out 2025 over the next 6 weeks. Aside from that, I'm just writing out some goals and who I want to be by the end of the year. It's a deep thing. Yeah, I think I didn't vlog this morning just because I'm feeling pretty emotional right now. And that's exactly what I was trying to accomplish this weekend. So, I'm grateful for that. But to sit in silence, to be alone for an extended period of time like I have been this weekend kind of forces you to confront a lot of the things that you may feel uneasy about. And I'm grateful that I'm aware enough to know that's important, and I'm grateful that I'm brave enough to confront what I want to change about my life and what I want to improve. There's this constant push and pull with wanting more out of your life and also stopping to just be grateful and smell the roses. And sometimes it takes a day like this, just unraveling things and reflecting to move forward. So I'm hitting a chest and back workout tonight. What I'm focused on is whether or not I can add a set to my dumbbell incline press. Last week I did a 3x8 with 110 pounds on each dumbbell. This week we'll see if I can do a 4x8. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to do it. I had a decent sleep last night, but I woke up in the middle of the night for like 2 hours. I don't feel fully recovered. We did have a slow weekend, so we'll see. I think I'm in a position to progress, but I'm only gonna attempt that 4th set if I really feel like I can do it and it's not gonna drain me. Because otherwise I'm better off just setting myself up for success next week and not overshooting. I'm gonna record this so you guys will be able to tell, I'll just come clean whether or not I made any progress or not. All right, let's get it. I'm trying to stretch multiple times a day right now. For the first time in my life. Okay, 3 sets down, 4th set here. This is the one that I was talking. If I can hit this, I said it. I don't know if it's a lifetime PR, but something that I didn't know I could achieve for sure today, for certain. Okay, we're back from the gym now. Just about to hop on this call with Yari for the website here. But before we do that, I wanted to share, the real reason as to what prompted this vlog, this weekend reset vlog. And I guess it all started with me feeling a lack of faith. I think the last 3 months have been amazing for me. I've come a long way. I've really leaned into becoming my higher self, making hard decisions, and doing what I think is necessary to achieve my dreams. But I think around a week ago, I kind of realized that self-improvement could be one of the most elegant prisons there is. And if you're not careful, and I got this from Napoleon Hill. I can't say I'm the one who came up with this, but if you're not careful, you're only going to tighten the chains that bind you. And I think where I went wrong this last month and why I had to take a weekend to just be alone, outside of spending time with family, and really just spend some time in silence and work through some of the things that I couldn't really figure out were bothering me and making me feel this lack of faith, this lack of energy, was always looking to improve your life can kind of lead you to external satisfaction. The outcomes and the results of what's happening really in the external world decide your happiness or dictate, where a lot of your mental peace. But that's not what actually makes you feel whole. It obviously comes from within, and that sounds corny, but there's a little more to that. You're never going to get there. You're never going to, the now is always going to be the now. There's always going to be that next thing or that next problem you want to fix. For me, I think just having the last month or so be so fast paced, I was under the impression, or I was, I thought that I was doing all the right things, working my ass off with my business and the gym, with my fitness. But what I realized is I didn't have time to slow down and really check in with myself. So much of my identity, satisfaction was being tied up with the external world and the outcomes. Without being able to slow down and without being able to find a proper balance, I'm not able to ask some important questions that really ground me. Well, we got some time to do that this weekend, and I'm glad I was able to become aware of that, and definitely found that was true. There was a lot of soul searching this weekend and a lot of confrontation. And I think a lot of people need to hear this. I think it's so easy to get caught up chasing numbers, to get caught up chasing what society deems as cool or relevant. But really, what leads to you feeling whole, what leads to you feeling at peace, happy, is your connection to your higher purpose and the true vision for your life. And some people don't even come close to knowing what that is. And I'd say I'm only just getting there, or just starting that journey, because it's an evolving one. And I haven't been able to, over the course of my life, I'm a very aware person, I'm a very conscientious person, but only lately have I, just being 27 years old and coming to the end of my 20s, really put the vision I have for my life and what I think my purpose at the very top, and nothing else will risk it. I didn't do much this weekend. I ran, I just worked out, but I am tired. I can hardly string a proper sentence together right now. And it's because I've done a lot of thinking. It's been tiring. I kept to myself this weekend so I could do this. And I really do think that I'm realigned and I'm grounded. And I think it's super important to be social. I think it's super important to self-progress. But I wanted to take note that you need to ground yourself. And you need to keep asking yourself big questions in order to make sure you're not steering the ship in the wrong directions. All this hard work, all this self-development stuff that everyone's obsessed with lately gets you absolutely nowhere if you're pointing in the wrong direction. You can be sure to point yourself in the right direction is if you cut the noise and find space and time for yourself to. It's hard. It's hard to be with yourself. It's hard to think things through. There's so many vices. I have my vices. Pause these videos enough times, you'll probably see them around my desk. But I'm definitely trying to live at the edge of my comfort and becoming a better person at all times right now. And it gets that much more exhausting when you're not fully aligned and you're not pointing in the right direction and not giving yourself the time and space to ensure your compass is going the right way. I hope that helps some of you guys.
Bye. Have a good